Welcome to my first ever ASMR. Nah, for real though, everyone, welcome to my first ever podcast, or what I like to call it, the Povcast. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jay Tran, aka Porky Boy, or Porky for short. And today, joining me will be the man with the most beautiful beard from the Southern Hemisphere, my boy, Baz.
It's not funny. Get out if you're gonna continue to laugh and make fun of me. I'm tired of it.
If you know how I feel, why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know.
She is very gorgeous to me.
What's up, Jay, man?
And hey, Baz, I'm not sure. Maybe people know about us. So give us three fun facts about you.
All right. Fun fact number one: my real name isn't Baz. I can't legally say my real name out loud, but
That's bad.
don't worry about that. Second fun fact: I in fact don't have a beard. It's just an illusion. And third fun fact:
Oh, you make me sound like a liar. like to my three people who probably listen to this cast.
and my third fun fact is I'd much rather be doing a cricket podcast than basketball, but you got to start somewhere.
No, it's like that. It's like that. Yeah, well, since you mentioned basketball, it's no like that. Both you and I both love basketball, and also like the NBA. And we're about halfway through the season, and I don't think there's any other time to talk NBA than right now.
Hell yeah, man.
So honestly, what's your thoughts on the season so far?
Man, to be honest, I just think it's competitive as that. Like, it's just so competitive. I love it. It's like part of my brain is like, man, Warriors are gonna win it anyway. Especially when I see Boogie Cousins out there, man. Like seeing Boogie out there, I'm like, fucking here we go again. Well, actually, I forgot to ask: are we swearing on this, man?
Oh, just do whatever you want.
I'll try and stick away from the C bombs, eh? I don't want to go full Bill Burr on you, man. But
yeah, it's all good. but honestly, but like the whole D-Mark thing, because I hate saying this out loud, but everyone knows I'm a Warriors fan. You know,
I know.
I'm a
Warriors
fan.
OG. I can respect it. You're OG. You're not bandwagon.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for saying that.
I'll give you props where props are due.
Yeah, and and the fact is, D-Mark is my favorite player as well. And favorite player in the league right now. Yeah. And the fact that they're together, I was so happy.
Man, but I knew it. I knew you were just like masturbating to it when it came out. I knew it.
But the thing is, I love competition. You don't want a boring season. And although Boogie is on the word right now, I do think this season the Warriors are most vulnerable. I feel like teams are evolving, they're finding ways to beat them and exposing their weaknesses.
Absolutely, and I don't know if it's an illusion just because of how vulnerable the Warriors looked against the Rockets last year, but it kind of feels like they're going to be still as vulnerable, even with Boogie. Like, you got that weird dynamic between Draymond and Kevin, and I think some of the West teams are looking as good as the Rockets looked last year. Like, the Rockets might not be as good, but the rest are looking so
Thunder,
good.
Oh man, I feel like a 100% healthy Thunder team can take the Warriors to 7. Like that's like a defensive juggernaut team.
I agree.
And PG is going off the season.
Oh man, as much I like how PG's playing. I don't know if he's quite MVP level. We might get into that a bit later, but he's playing great. Like he's pretty much doing what I was hoping he would do last year.
Yeah, I'm glad I got on my fantasy team. Honestly.
Yeah, man. Well, even the East, the East is so competitive now. LeBron's out. It's just like a free for all, man. I love
exactly. That. Oh, 100% agree. Like the whole Kawhi situation is working so well for the Raptors.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe how things are going for them. I honestly thought they were going to have troubles from the start and pick it up, but straight from the beginning of the season, they were winning games. They're showing everyone that they can do it a whole lot.
Yeah, it's a little sus on the Kawhi. Like, I think he's just missed 3 games straight now again. But you do expect him probably to be coming in and out, but playoffs will probably play all through. So yeah, it's really good. What about you? Like, you agree? Like, that's how this season feels?
100% agree. I talked to a few people about it, and they were all saying like, oh, they don't like how the riffing is and like all that this season. But to some degree, I do agree with that. But I feel like the calls are still fair.
Yeah, yeah.
And like the whole James Harden thing, how they're like, oh, he's giving a lot of fouls. The thing is, in my opinion, he's playing it to his advantage, and I don't see anything wrong with that. So people complain about that. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but if you can abuse the rules the way you are, and it just shows that, you know, what the type of player. Sorry, it's like the type of player
No, you got to do it.
Yeah, you just got to do it. You know, it's like if that's the way you can win, then do it. You know.
Yeah, like the best players in the league have always done a bit of stuff sort of on the side. Like, even if you look at a guy like Tim Duncan, like I've seen videos of him doing some dirty shit in the post, and like that's what you gotta bend the rules as much as you can.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, speaking of James Harden, do you think he's gonna be MVP?
He's looking really good at it. If Rockets somehow get into that 4th seed, I think like he might be there. I mean, but it'll be between for me right now, and I'm leaving myself open to change my opinion as the season goes on. But right now, I have probably Harden, and then like right behind him is Giannis, and I feel like Giannis might take it because he's just been so good.
Yeah,
more consistent amount of time, but like the way that Harden's playing, I mean, it's like what 11 games of 30 plus in a row.
No, I think it's 20 plus games right now.
Oh, it's just stupid.
It's insane.
Like, it's just stupid, ridiculous. Yeah. What about yourself? What are you feeling for MVP? Because those are my 2 front runners.
You can't go wrong with those 2. It's probably the most popular opinion.
Yeah.
For me, if Harden was to win MVP this season, he has to be top 3 in the West. And with either same or bit better record than he had last year.
I think that second one's almost impossible.
Yeah.
I think they might still become 1 to 3 seed, but I don't know if they can, because they won like 60.
Because the West is stacked. Yeah.
Yeah, man, they won like 63 games or something last year.
Did they? Oh, that's crazy.
They were number 1 seed, so they had to win a decent amount.
Yeah, and for Giannis to win it, like the Bucks have to be number 1. Like there's no other reason behind that.
You reckon?
Because if we go by standings, even though the stats don't show it, I do believe Kawhi is still having a better season than Giannis, in my opinion.
I wasn't seeing that one coming. Damn.
But honestly, I don't
backpedal.
I'm just saying that because I feel like Kawhi's impact is just. I think this season, seeing him on the Raptors, I appreciate him a lot more than he was with Spurs. I just thought he was a system player. Yeah. But then seeing him now, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, but I think so. I can agree with that sentiment.
But when it comes down to it, after speaking about those 3 like heavily, I do think this is also me being very biased because these are some of my favorite players.
Yeah,
I think number 1 MVP halfway through the season right now is actually Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, because I knew it. This is what I was waiting for you to say. I knew you were gonna come with this shit.
He has the same narrative as James Harden. His team was injured. You know.
Look, I'm not saying I'm not saying that he's not worthy of some MVP chat. But I just knew you were gonna come with this, man. That's all. Yeah, continue. Yeah, because people. Like they were the first in the West, but right now it's the Warriors. Yeah, but everyone that's this whole same narrative with James Harden. Oh, his whole team's injured. You know, they're running like the non NBA. I won't say non NBA talent, but like not high enough or great talent compared to these other teams. But I felt like Nuggets were the same. You know, minus Jamal Murray. Gary Harris. That's what I'm saying. I was like, if you ask a random NBA fan, like if you say name players on the Denver Nuggets, it's like Nikola Jokic, and even he is still like a little bit niche for some people. But then after that, it's like who else is on the team? Yeah, exactly. But like honestly, this is also me being really biased because after DMC, it is Nikola Jokic as my favorite player. So I know. Yeah. Secondly, it's really hard to give it to him, but Stephen Curry. Yeah.
He has crazy shooting splits. He's going off.
Yeah.
You know, but like it's just. But I think because he's been doing this, he did this a few seasons ago.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like, oh yeah, this is normal for him.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's still MVP type season.
Yeah.
So,
See,
are you
if
first?
if I can just go on a real quick tangent on Steph Curry. Like,
Yeah.
you know me, like in our fantasy draft for the last 3 years, except this year, I've drafted Steph Curry first,
Yeah.
number one overall. But
It's true. It's true.
but because I think he's an awesome player. I think he doesn't get enough credit for changing how the NBA is sort of played. But to me it sucks so much that Kevin Durant came, because I just can't imagine how good Steph Curry would, not only, like, he's still amazing now, but like how much more respect he would get
Yeah.
if
Well,
Kevin Durant wasn't on his team, because the guy is so good. Like,
yeah.
he's just so good, man. Offensively, I would know who I'd pick above him in a lot of cases.
Yeah. Well, prior to this season, you know, everyone probably would have thought, you know, the Warriors needed KD to get them over the hump, you know, to beat LeBron, to be the dynasty they are now.
Yeah.
But after, you know, Curry went out, and then, you know, him coming back, and all these things that happened this season, I honestly think it's reversed. I felt like KD needed the Warriors, and then
I agree.
and then like Curry is just, he kind of like took a step back and was kind of underappreciated for a bit, just because
Yeah.
KD joined them.
And
After this season,
yeah,
he is honestly, he changed the game.
yeah,
He is crazy.
See,
And
like, you remember how much I used to love K. Like, I remember that OKC Warriors, that conference finals. I remember we were watching it together, I think, with Oscar, and I used to just keep yelling at KD anytime he was on Draymond. I'd be like, because Draymond remembers what number he was drafted. He was drafted 35, and that's KD's number. I used to be like, Draymond, remember that number? I loved KD.
yeah.
And then he went to the Warriors, and I just can't be on his side anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like,
as a Warriors fan, I was happy he went to the Warriors, but like at the same time, like, it kind of ruined the competition for a bit.
yeah, definitely. Like, the last 2 years has been a little bit.
Well, do you think KD has chance to get a MVP this season? Because he's having a pretty good season, good shooting split.
If you look at his numbers, if you just ignored everything and you just looked at the numbers, the guy deserves to be an MVP. I mean, he probably would be the MVP and all of that, but just, I don't know. It diminishes a little bit of what he does being on the Warriors. And yeah, I know they don't have a lot of depth, and that might hurt them in the playoffs. But like, at the end of the day, like, your starting five is just stupid. Like,
an all-star team,
it's like me playing my league on like rookie mode in 2K. It's just it doesn't make sense. So I think it diminishes it, and that storyline plays such a huge part in MVP voting. Like,
that is that is true. Well, are there any dark horses you think who might be in the MVP conversation right now?
I mean, we mentioned Paul George before. I don't think he'll really get too serious of a candidacy, but he might finish 5th or something in the voting, which I think is fair enough. I think he's playing really good, like, on both ends of the floor, and the way he's been able to fit next to Russ and all of that. Like, I mean, he's carrying the team. Like, Russ is shooting. He looks like me out there when he's shooting, man. So
you're a good shooter, man. Come on. Okay. What about LeBron James?
I was thinking about that. It just depends on how soon apparently he may come back soon, but I don't know. From this point, because they're what, 9th in the West at the moment. I think
so. Yeah.
I mean, if they make it into the top 4 seed, that's definitely something to think about.
Yeah, because I think when LeBron, kind of like the Cleveland situation, LeBron is doing a lot of carrying.
Yeah.
And I honestly didn't expect it. I thought the Lakers' young core will, like, you know, take a next level and, you know, and will, like, be able to contend in the West.
Yeah,
but
they show flashes.
Ever since LeBron dropped, it was just like, well, they're back to where they were pre-LeBron, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they just show flashes of, they can be great players.
Yeah.
But are they showing flashes they could win games and become a championship team?
Consistency, it's such a big thing that it's so hard to get in the NBA, and I think that's what they lack. And with LeBron, he can stabilize it all.
Yeah, and I think that's like a good argument for LeBron's case to be in MVP talks and possibly win MVP as well.
Yeah. I would say he's definitely a dark horse. It's a bit hard
Yeah.
to think about it now since he's not playing. And you
Yeah.
don't know how it's necessarily going to plan out. And, like, you know, they might even make a trade. But, yeah, I agree with you. I think he's a dark horse.
Yeah. Well, then, other than MVP, there are other awards.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to be Defensive Player of the Year?
See, this is the one award as I was going through my notes where I was just like, fuck, like, no one is popping out to me. It's like, I fucking just give it to anyone. I don't give a shit at this point.
Yeah.
I'm so upset that Rolco, fucking Robert Covington, is injured. I was gonna try and like smash some mad support on like NBA Reddit or something for that guy.
Let people know. Let my boy Rocco win Defensive Player of the Year.
Give him DPOY, you. Oh, I was about to use the C bomb just now. I'm so glad I stopped. But yeah, man, like I think before he went out for the T-Bulls, he was averaging something like 2.2 steals, 1.1 blocks.
Yeah. His stocks is crazy. So like steals and blocks, stocks was like
man.
3 or 4 or something, and that's like crazy.
Yeah, man. And his numbers on and off the court were just so good, and he was just dropping bombs.
Yeah, he's honestly one of the like perfect 3-and-D players.
Yeah, man.
Was there anyone else you have in mind for DPOY?
I mean, other than that, I actually have no one's really popping out that much to me. Like Rudy Gobert, but even that, like, I don't even know where they are in defensive standings.
Right. Well, right now, Rudy Gobert, I think I checked this recently. It was about a few days ago on ESPN. I think he was leading a lot of defensive like stats. I can't remember which ones they were, but but I don't think that creates a whole narrative on DPOY.
No, yeah. I mean, when you watch him, like when I watch the Jazz, you can definitely see the difference that Gobert does on the defensive floor. But like, this year has not been a good DPOY race, at least thus far. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like maybe give it to Paul George.
Because that's actually honestly that's what's going to be my pick. I think PG is probably front runner right now, and honestly, I honestly think he's having a better defensive year than Kawhi as well. And I honestly think Paul George is the best two-way player right now in the NBA. Like, this guy is averaging, 27 points, 8 rebounds, and like 2.5 steals. He's everywhere. He can guard, probably from 1 to 4.
Yeah.
He's great. And I think he is the anchor of the OKC defense, which is already, like, really good.
Yeah, and the way he's improved his handle was really been a big thing for him.
To put more into Paul George's case, he actually got 5 steals today, so that's 5 steals into my fantasy team.
Yeah, that was against Blazers, wasn't it?
Pardon?
That was against the Blazers.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
I think I would not be even upset at all if he got DPOY. I would agree he's a front runner right now because I can't think of anyone else really.
Well, second, I actually think second is actually Giannis. I think Giannis is...
Yeah.
People always talk about, Giannis is freak in nature. He's on the ring dunking and stuff. I don't think people talk a lot about his defense. I think he's a great defensive player.
I think he's really good too.
Sometimes... Same with Rocco with his stocks, steals and blocks. I think he has like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
Yeah, I think Giannis is really good. I think but with Giannis, I think like most people are either one side or the other. No one's in the middle. Like I think some people just don't even give a crap about his defense. But then the people who love his defense, sometimes I feel like they're overrated a bit. I think he's really good defensively.
Yeah.
But I think some people are like, he's like, the best defender in the league. I'm like, I mean,
I think his defensive rating is actually number 1 right now.
Is it?
I'm not quite sure.
It could be.
It could be.
When I watch him sometimes, I feel like he's not... It's like his athleticism is what gets him into it. Whereas sometimes...
Oh, yes. I get what you mean.
On defensive assignments and shit like that. But
yeah,
I don't know. He might be improving it. Yeah. I haven't watched the Bucks in a little while. I've been sort of trying to focus on my Rockets.
Fair enough. But I think the next 2 runners up after that for me, so honorable mentions, honestly. Pascal Siakam.
Yeah,
this man,
like that guy. I like that guy a lot.
He is an experiment done right. Like the Raptors did a good job with him. I'll talk about a bit more about him later, but
I'm saying. I'm hoping we got him for the same. Reason. Let's see,
and Miles Turner, like
Yeah.
leading blocks.
Yeah.
I think offensively, people expected more from him.
Yes, that's how I feel. That's
But this is DPOI, so it's not an offensive
Yeah,
award.
yeah.
So defensively, he's getting the block. He's protecting the rim. He can guard multiple positions.
Yeah, and with the Pacers in number 3 in the East now, and probably
Yeah.
rising a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like that's a good case. I don't think he'll quite get there with Paul.
Yeah, but probably like in the future,
he's shown
future
more
winner.
promise. He's shown more promise on that, and I'm still a bit upset about his offensive game. But
yeah,
what can you do?
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we can got for DPOY. So sixth man of the year.
6 man. All right. So this is the one where I'm a little bit like, should I just give it to Jamal Crawford, even though he's probably averaging like 3 minutes? But we'll just.
The greatest 6th man of all.
That's
Jamal Crawford.
The only 6th man I need. Just change the award to the Jamal
Crawford award.
I would think for me it's between D Rose. I feel weird giving it to D Rose. I don't.
Why is that? Why is that?
Just because I feel like it's almost like I don't know.
Pity?
Yeah, it's almost like pity. That's exactly it. It's kind of like, oh, he went from like youngest MVP and now he's 6th man. He's not even 30. It's like, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's a bit of pity and I feel bad, but like, I don't know how he feels. Like I don't know if anyone's in the media's asked him about, 6th man sort of stuff. But like, if he doesn't care, then yeah, I'd probably give it to him. The only other guy I'm thinking, and this might be a little out of left field, but is Domantas Sabonis, man. I like that guy.
Oh, that's a solid pick.
Yeah, I love him off Indiana's bench, man.
Yeah, it's a bit hard for Indiana's pace because I think they really want to work out Miles Turner and Sabonis together on the court, like starting together.
But it doesn't work.
I don't think it will work because I don't think Miles Turner can play power forward, and I don't think Sabonis can also play power forward.
Yeah.
So, honestly, if I was to start one over the other, I'll start Miles Turner just because he can. Yeah. He's showing promise that he can shoot threes, and he's honestly a better rim protector. So
I would definitely put him in for the rim protection. I think the threes are a little bit iffy. I still see him sort of stepping back just behind or just in front. But
ever since he started tying his hair into a ponytail, boy, he is Steph Curry of Indiana. He's just shooting threes. He's on my fantasy team. That's how I keep note. He gets like 1 to 2 threes per game. I'm like, damn, this guy.
He's
the ponytail Steph Curry.
That's funny as.
Yeah. Well, I do agree with the. I do agree with the D Rose pick. The whole pity, but if he wins it. It's for the culture, man. Like
it's for the culture.
You gotta do it for the culture. You know what I mean? This guy, he's been through it all.
I know, man. Yeah.
He through all his like adversities and everything, and then when he dropped that 50-point game, he was crying, man. You just feel for that man. You know, exactly. I was crying when he dropped 50.
Yeah. During that interview, Oscar messaged me. He's like, "Were you crying when he was doing the interview?" I was like, "Nah, like I felt a bit emotional." And he's like, "Then you're a hater, man. You should be crying." Like,
yeah, I agree with Oscar. You should be crying. Come on, man. Everyone should be crying. Shout out to my boy D Rose. But
yeah,
this is why I'm really conflicted because I feel like if I picked him. It is a pity. It's more of a pity than and there's so much. So there's so many. There's a many. Oh, sorry, my grammar's all bad.
Don't even worry about
6 man of potential 6 man of the year. So you got Sabonis, Rose. You can throw in Lou Will. You can throw in Montrezl Harrell. But my pick right now is Spencer Dinwiddie.
True. That's a good pick.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
He is going under the radar.
Yeah. Well, for me, when I think about him, I feel like he should be a starter. Like, that's how I feel.
Yeah,
he's coming off the bench.
He's coming off the bench. But, like, I think him coming off the bench is what's working for Brooklyn right now.
Yeah.
And it's worked. Like, Brooklyn is, like, in playoffs right now. Like, what? Like, never in a million years that I thought that was going to happen.
Dude, and they're doing it without Karis LeVert.
Yeah, exactly. They never had LeVert or Dinwiddie playing together. Well, I think they did, but it was very, like, little.
I think 3 games
like
or something.
3 games or something,
Yeah.
But Dinwiddie, just on the top of my head right now, I think he's averaging 17 points and like 5 assists off the bench.
Yeah, that's really good.
Which is like amazing, and like it's winning basketball as well. And then he honestly takes over games. The game against the Rockets when he scored like double, I can't like 14 or 20, I can't remember, in fourth quarter and an OT, and he got them the win. Like, come on, man, this guy going under the radar. I honestly think he is front runner of six man.
Yeah,
but
look, I can feel that one. I actually completely. Yeah, you're right. It went under the radar for me.
Yeah, but for the pity and just for the culture, they're gonna give it to D-Rose. They just have to, man. They have to.
If someone
make this man cry again.
If someone asks him, if someone from the media asks him, how do you feel about all this 6-man talk, and he says, I love it, or he doesn't seem like he's upset about it, I'd be like, yeah, give it to him. But if he seems like he's, and I don't know, like it's hard. I find D-Rose hard to read as a person. So I don't know if he would take offense to it or not. But either way,
I don't even mean, but D-Rose is kind of an awkward person. Like, I feel like when you go out, he's like that awkward friend. You're just like,
he's a bit like someone we know. But yes,
okay.
He's just a bit.
I hope I'm thinking the right person right now.
I mean, we're gonna have to talk about it after the pod. But it's I agree. I think he's a little bit hard to read, but if he's cool with it, man, for the culture, you're like that'd be sick.
Well, yeah, for the culture. Anyway, most improved. I think you and I have the same idea. So I'm gonna count to 3, and we'll both say our picks. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Pascal Siakam.
Yeah,
my boy.
Man, I love this guy.
This guy, like I said before, he is an experiment that turned out right. Yeah. Kind of like the experiment with Kawhi in Spurs. Pascal Siakam, same thing. I honestly can see him becoming the next Kawhi Leonard. You know, so like if not maybe probably not to the same level as Kawhi is, but quite close to it. So like if Kawhi leaves the Raptors, I won't be mad because Raptors have something in Pascal Siakam, and like they can just rebuild around him.
Raptors have a really good like development team. Like whoever they got developing their young players, like anyone who's come up through that Raptors core, they've all just sort of blossomed and shit like that.
Yeah, I remember watching a video from he's a YouTuber, his name's MDJ, and he mentioned Pascal Siakam. This is this is before I knew who he was. Like you should watch this Pascal Siakam guy. Yeah. You know, he has the body type, athleticism, and like everything to like become a great player. I'm like, oh, okay. And I kept an eye on it, and pre-season, I'm like, I think this guy's gonna have a big jump. And like he did, like what did he average, like 5 points or something to like 15. Yeah. And like it's not like he's shooting like terribly. He's shooting 57%. Yeah. And he is a forward. He plays full forward or power forward.
Yeah. And he's super versatile.
And he works for the Raptors. And honestly, right now he is probably the second scoring option in the Raptors right now. I know it's probably Kyle Lowry, but the way he's struggling right now, you might as well give it to Pascal.
Yeah, man. And the guy, you know that freaking that spin move, that pirouette he does.
I love that spin move. Freaking, he's a Beyblade. Freaking, let it rip. Let it rip, and then just like what do you call it, the Bit Beast? The Bit Beast comes as Pascal Siakam. I'm glad that Pascal. We're both on the same fence with Pascal.
Yeah, man. Here's the thing. I love Pascal, but the only other guy I'm thinking of, and it just depends how the rest of the season goes, but I really had big hopes that De'Aaron Fox might get most improved.
Oh, yes.
You know, I've been on this guy for I love this guy so much. I reckon after Chris Paul retires or becomes crap, I'll probably start following De'Aaron
becomes
Fox.
crap. Man, he's already crap.
Yeah, you shut the hell up. You clean your mouth out. But, I really like De'Aaron Fox. I think he's playing awesome. His numbers are decently up, but he's just playing better. It's like he knows he belongs in the NBA, and it's hard to do it over Pascal, especially with that team success. But I think De'Aaron Fox should really be a big honorable mention.
Well, it's a bit hard in this case because for me, if it was a second year going to first year going to a second year, and they're like, a top 10 pick,
Yeah.
you would kind of expect this, or you kind of will wish upon it, and then it'll probably most likely happen or won't happen. In this case, it did happen, and from the get go, De'Aaron Fox, the King said, "Yeah, this is the guy I'm going to build around."
Yeah.
And then and it worked out in their favor.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that the improvement from first to second year was kind of obvious, or like
Well, it's almost like it's expected, I guess.
it's expected, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I see that. I think I probably have a
so I
little
can't
bias.
give it to him. 'Cause it's like it's similar to like I don't know, like when AD went first to second, he went from 13 to 20, but you couldn't give it to him. He was first pick. Everyone knew he was going to go, be that
I
crazy
guess so.
player.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I just think it means even more him doing it for like the Sacramento Kings, just like one of the worst organizations in the past.
Yeah, but I remember in our basketball chat, I did say after 2018 draft to watch the Kings because they had a really, really good offseason in terms of picks and drafts and everything. I did say like Kings are good because they just got a bunch of young talent, and then where they believe in their future, and then like amongst those talents, you're gonna get a star. And I got it with De'Aaron Fox. They nailed it. He is a John Wall cross Chris Paul in my opinion. That's how I see his game. Is you can't get any better than that in today's NBA.
Yeah, he's super quick. He's got a good passing game. I think as he improves his 3-ball, I think it's improved a lot since last season. And if he just keeps working on that, I think he's going to be something special.
And not only that, he's a Dragon Ball Z fan. He's rocking the Super Saiyan
exactly.
hair.
Man, he's marketable, man. He's so marketable.
Yeah, someone give him Nike. I think Nike give him Dragon Ball Z shoes already. Hurry up.
Exactly.
Do it for the culture. That's funny. But I'm glad you brought up Darren though, because in my opinion, the second runner up is actually his backcourt mate, Buddy Hield.
Yeah. Oof. I like him. I remember I liked him a lot when he first came.
Yeah.
He was just playing trash. I was like, what's going on? I love this guy in college.
Yeah. That's all happened. He came in the league. Everyone's, oh my god, this guy's gonna be the next great shooter. Ray Allen, Steph Curry.
Curry.
Naming all these like shooters and like this, he's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
But then when he was in the Pelicans, he just didn't show up. Yeah, and then towards the end of the King, when he got traded Kings, everyone's like kind of gave up on him. But then he showed that he could still play. I think he averaged 15 towards the end of the season. So coming into that next season, everyone thought okay, this guy's gonna be great again. But like he just went back down, and then everyone's like just forgot about him. And he's like, he's a lost cause.
Yeah.
But this season, he proved to everyone that he's still the man. Like who's a Kings owner? He was like the reason they traded D-Mark for him because they thought he had Steph Curry potential or some shit.
Yeah, it was what's his name, Vladdy, wasn't it?
Vladdy, yeah.
Yeah, man. Vladdy, that's the new Steph Curry.
Yeah, but everyone gave him shit for it. But like look who's laughing now. Like yes, he's not Steph Curry.
Yeah,
but he's a great shooter.
He's definitely good. I'm hoping this is consistent, though. I'm hoping this is actually gonna keep on going for the next couple of years. Yeah,
he's the Kings' leading scorer right now.
Yeah,
he's shooting 47% from the field, I think.
Yeah,
and 45% from three. Like
that's
this guy should be in a 3-point contest, and he should be winning. Like that's my bets. He's gonna be in a 3-point contest, and he's going to win.
Contest.
Right?
I would love that.
He's going to dethrone everyone.
Yeah,
my boy Buddy Hield.
I don't know. Clay just went for freaking 10 straight today. It's like something stupid, like 10.
Yeah, straight. Well, Devin Booker was chasing on Gorgie Dang.
Man, what did David say? This is what happens when you forget to take a shit before the game. He's just running into the locker.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you wanna quickly go through rookie and then for finals?
Yeah. All right. Rookie.
If you choose anyone but Luka, you're just fishing, man. You're just fishing hard. Let's be real.
Yeah. I
love Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah. Well, okay. Like honestly, unanimously, it's gonna be Doncic. Like,
yeah,
hands down. just give him the water already. Just
Yeah.
give it to him.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna beat it. He is incredible.
Yeah, man.
And I hate to admit it, but I was one of those doubters. I just saw this like this European guy, lanky European guy, looks awkward when he plays.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy's like gonna be a Hito Turkoglu. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Like this guy seems Hito Turkoglu. Fucking, I was absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of him. I think that game
Crazy
against
good.
the Blazers when he shot that game-winning 3, I went straight to Instagram. I went straight to Instagram, followed him. I'm like, yep, I'm a fan. he is the man.
His step back is like already a signature move as a
Yeah.
rookie, and it's so good. Like you see me like when we play pickup, like that
Yeah.
Harden step back is easy to do. Like obviously, it's not as good as he is, but it's
Easy
something
to do. Yeah, easy for you, maybe.
But like it's something that I've actually been able to replicate.
Yeah,
Obviously
yeah.
not nearly as good, but I can't. That Luca one, like I feel like I'm about to rip a groin muscle, man.
Yeah. He stepped back hard, like the first
Crazy.
plant of the foot and drops back.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
crazy.
It feels like he's jumping backwards,
Yeah.
and somehow he gets a shot off from like deep 3 somehow.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm so happy that Luca is in the Mavs. It's like you can't write it any better. It's like Dirk's retiring, he's passing the torch, and it's to Luca. Like man, boy, you can't write that any better.
Yeah, I think
You got to give it to him.
yeah, definitely. I mean, special mention to Jaren Jackson, Triple J. And,
Triple J.
and definitely Shea. I like Shea Gilgeous. I think he's really good.
He is. His stats don't show it, but he's gonna be a point guard in the future to watch. Like,
Yeah, I think he's.
I'm
Really
trying to think of comparison. Cause I actually watched some of his mixes.
Yeah,
What's his name? The Grizzly guy. Mike Conley.
Conley.
I could see him coming on Mike Conley. Like
Yeah,
the underrated, like the point guard that just does everything right. Like it goes under the radar.
and
Yeah.
he's got really good like size as well in for defense and stuff. I think he'll be really good. I think he'll be one of those players that in if you give him another 2 years, in that third year he'll just be.
Yeah,
He'll be
I
amazing.
agree. And then like with Jerry West and everything, he will develop well.
Yeah, Jerry West is like what's that story of the guy? Anything he touches turns to gold.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't remember word for word, but I know what you mean.
yeah. So
I feel like, but this brings me on to my next point. I feel like DeAndre Ayton's rookie season is very underrated as well.
yeah, I think it has been underrated, especially because of all the bullshit defensive stuff.
Yeah, the Luka hype, like it buried him. Like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
forget this man was the number 1 pick.
Yeah,
He's averaging 15, 16, 17. Can't remember.
yeah,
10 rebounds and shooting
double-digit rebounds. Yeah,
60%.
yeah,
Like he still has potential.
yeah,
And honestly, he can. I can't wait for like a DeAndre Ayton versus Embiid scenario in the future, or like DeAndre Ayton versus like Cat in the future.
yeah.
He's gonna be a rebounding monster. That's a fact.
Mm.
Offensively, he's gonna be a offensive monster. It's just a matter of if his defense will be the same as well. And if it does, you could probably rank him better than Embiid if he does become like that.
Yeah, I think Aiton's pretty good. I think he'll be a solid player. I think a lot of people sort of have underrated him, saying he's going to be a bust. I don't think he'll be a bust.
Yeah,
I think he'll be a really solid player.
yeah.
He might not. I don't know. Embiid seems like a stretcher because I think Embiid is just so good. But
Yeah.
I think he'll be a really solid player.
Well, if he can develop the defense like Embiid, I can see him be like Embiid.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Embiid is amazing, but I feel from seeing how DeAndre Ayton plays, he is probably the most similar to Embiid right now
yeah.
in terms of offensive. It's just a matter of defense can pick it up as well.
Fair enough. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, how about NBA Finals predictions?
My
Warriors versus who? Let's be real. Warriors
yeah, exactly.
versus
Let's be real. Let's be real.
Warriors versus who?
I got Warriors versus Raptors.
Yeah, I got that too. I can.
You got that too?
But another thing, beginning of the season, everyone probably thought Warriors versus Boston or even Raptors.
Yeah, yeah.
But from the way the Boston's playing right now, it's very hard to judge how they'll play in 7-game series because they still haven't figured out
I agree.
They go to like players, they
Mm,
go to starters, and like the go to players. Like it's very hard for them.
yeah,
Raptors, I feel like they got to figure it out
they
because
got to figure it out
they
for
adjust to every team they verse,
sure. Yeah,
and they're ready to go in 100%. And like in a
Yeah.
7-game series, you're gonna win.
yeah,
Like the Raptors are gonna win.
yeah. I think they got a really well coached team. I think they got players who know their role. That's the biggest difference between Boston and Toronto.
That's actually
It's
a
like,
really good point.
yeah, it's like
Like-
Boston. It's like no one knows exactly what their role is. Everyone's trying to niche their own role out, and whereas you look at Toronto, the complete opposite side of the coin is like everyone knows what they're supposed to do, what they're contributing to the team, all of that.
Yeah. If it's not Raptors, I can honestly see the Bucks going to the finals.
Yeah.
I'm double betting on this. Not them making the finals. not them making the finals, but I'm double betting Giannis gonna have a crazy playoff season.
I hope so.
Because he's definitely like hasn't been the greatest in playoffs the past few
Yeah.
seasons. But
Yeah.
I feel like this year is his year to like show everyone that he is the man. Like he's the man of the East. He is.
Yeah,
He's gonna bring the Bucks to the next level and make them contenders.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think Bucks' ceiling is mostly dependent because I feel like you know what you're going to get with Giannis.
Yeah.
You kind of know what's going to happen with Chris Middleton. At least you'd hope he'd play that same kind of good offense and good defense. But I think where the ceiling lies is Eric Bledsoe because
Really?
For me it's like in the playoffs. I mean, you saw the way he got roasted by Terry Rozier. He just
forgot about
got,
that. Terry.
put on the spit, man. It was
Who's
crazy.
Terry? Who's Terry?
Yeah, man. But I think he needs to play as good as he's playing in the regular season in the post because there's just too many good guards. You need a good guard yourself. He doesn't need to play excellent, but he just needs to play good.
I'm not sure you know this, but you know I love Eric Bledsoe. That's why I always draft him every fantasy season.
Yeah.
I think I drafted him the last 4 years.
Yeah.
He's so consistent.
Yeah, I like Eric Bledsoe too.
But the last playoffs, he was boo boo. He was absolutely boo boo.
Yeah.
And like the fact that he was like ignoring like he's getting roasted by Terry Z. I'm like, come on,
man.
come on. How are you gonna be like that?
Yeah, no, I think he's really good. I really like him because he's one of those like he's pretty much 5'10", and he's just a built as motherfucker.
He is. I think when he was in the Suns, people referred to him as point guard LeBron. Like,
yeah, man, the guy is just jacked.
20 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals.
Yeah,
like, that's LeBron-esque.
Yeah, he's not quite as jacked now, but he's still. I think he's really good. So I do like him. I'm hoping for a good off season. I mean, post season.
Yeah. Or if the Warriors happen, Curry happens to snap his ankle, KD tears the ACL, Clay forgets how to shoot, and DMC he can still play. That's cool. DMC's my boy, so I don't wish anything bad for him.
Nothing happened. He's already went for that Achilles.
Yeah. So just say that the Warriors don't make finals. Who do you see going out in the West or going to the finals in the West?
Man, that's a tough one because I haven't even thought about it. That's how sure I am that the Warriors are coming through. Like I haven't even thought about it. Like if I had to put some money on it, I would go between the Thunder or the Rockets. And I mean, I'm thinking of the reason I don't want Nuggets is I just don't think they're quite ready to. I don't think they have the playoff
I agree.
reps. Yeah,
Nuggets are my second favorite team right now.
Yeah,
but as biased as I am, I did not see them.
Yeah,
going to the finals because they're playing good defense now. But the problem is the whole offense heavily relies on Jokic.
Yeah,
but the defensive liability is also Jokic.
Yeah. So he's going to get roasted.
Like, what are you going to do? You keep him in or you keep him out? You know, it's very hard for him because I feel like the smarter teams, so like Thunder and probably Warriors, will expose Jokic's weakness and just drive on him.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what the Rockets did last year to OKC with Melo. And so, all those top three teams, OKC, Rockets, and Warriors, they're all going to exploit that weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the Thunder pick, I could see them in the finals. I
Yeah.
I think PG is finally the player everyone
Playoff
expected.
P.
Playoff P, yeah. Dude, we're seeing playoff P in regular season right now.
Yeah. I want some real playoff
Yeah.
P.
You know, like when he was back in Indiana in his like second or third year,
Yeah.
when everyone saw never like, oh, this guy's gonna be the next big thing, and then he broke his leg, and then like he kind of like he dipped.
Yeah.
But ever since resigning with OKC, everything's changed. He's scoring is crazy. He's like, I think having career highs in scoring and rebound and assists and steals.
Yeah.
And he's still in his prime. He's probably entering his prime right now,
Yeah,
which
man.
is great.
Yeah. He's only what, like 29 or something?
I think
young.
28.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's not even in 30. So
Yeah.
I would probably pick OKC, but I just have this feeling that the Rockets are going to figure it out. I like that Kenneth Faried pickup. I think that's a really good pickup.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but it all depends on Chris Paul. Like,
yeah. Speaking of the Rockets, Speaking of the Rockets,
yeah,
this is kind of like a blessing in disguise. The way the whole team got injured, because it just gives Mike D'Antoni the chance to play other stars to prove, and then those stars can prove to him that they're worthy to play playoff minutes. Because Rockets don't play a lot of players. In playoffs.
They only
Let's
play
be
like
real.
7 people in the playoffs.
Yeah,
man.
but if they can show him that they're worthy to play, it will probably change the whole dynamic of the playoffs. You know, because it's always a consistent theme that Harden gets tired at playoffs.
Yeah.
So imagine like Austin Rivers. Oh, I hope not. I hate him, but like if Austin Rivers becomes the savior for the Rockets, or even was it Daniel House something?
Daniel House, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't like a D-League pickup or something, but he's playing
he was
great.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is also like a blessing in disguise for like Mike D'Antoni to find these new players, and even Kenneth Faried. His career is like washed out right now. He could be revived with the Rockets.
Absolutely, yeah.
Especially with Clint Capella out.
Yeah, exactly. Because man, Nene, like I love Nene, man.
That man needs to retire. That man needs to retire. He needs to go back to Brazil and retire.
He's like he needs to be one of those, like in hockey where they have that one guy who comes out just to fight people. Like that's what Nene should be on the bench for, right? Like just in case someone gets a bit testy.
Just push KD, both get ejected. KD out of the game. Nene for KD and then just win it.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know what he's doing out there, man.
Yeah. But moving on. I think All-Star votes end in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
And I think the All-Star Games is in 3 weeks' time. So, what are your picks for the All-Star team? East. We'll go East first.
All right. Well, I'm only going to do starters.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I'm just going to do starters. And
me too. Don't worry.
I have for my 2 guard spots. I have Kyrie Irving. I think Kyrie Irving has to be there. Yeah. And that's the second spot. I was thinking between quite a few players. None of them really popped out to me. I mean, Victor Oladipo almost got in, but I ended up going for Kemba only because it's in Charlotte.
It's in Charlotte, exactly.
Exactly, yeah. And he was just fire at the beginning of the season. Like, you forget about it now.
Yeah.
He was just so fire, and I just...
wasn't like 35 points or something he's averaging for like the first 2 weeks?
Yeah, he was leading the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my 2 starting guards. Who have you got for starting guards?
Well, yeah, of course, Kyrie.
Yeah.
I pre-finals Kyrie, when he won with the Cavs, I honestly thought he was overrated.
Yeah.
But then, because back then I just thought, John Wall, he's a double machine, and all the stuff. But as NBA evolved, as the NBA evolved,
yes,
you just see how important Kyrie is in terms of scoring, clutch, just finishing games.
Yeah.
So I'll give it to him. I
like that.
I think right now, second in guard is Dwayne Wade. I'm not going to give it to him because let's be real, All-Star games these days are like a popularity contest.
Yeah.
But
For the culture, though.
for the culture, yeah. I really want to say Wade. I really do.
Yeah.
But the NBA should give him like a special pass for him to be in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Kind of like when Magic had like the AIDS thing and he came back in '96 for the All-Star game.
Right. Yeah.
Like a one-off thing,
Yeah.
or even like, oh, this is a bit different, but Kobe, Kobe wasn't having the best season his last season, but for the culture, he was,
Yeah.
he obviously got the votes, but I feel like they would have gave it to him anyway.
Yeah, probably.
And Wade should probably come off the bench. We could see Wade versus LeBron one more time at the All-Star game, or even them being teammates, because they pick.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
We could see some more of that shit.
Yeah, that would be major, not a major throwback, but a throwback.
Yeah.
But I can't give it to him because when I think All-Star, I think best players.
Yeah.
So Wade is clearly not the best player in the East. Kemba is also a good pick because hometown hero and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But Hornets, he's just putting up numbers, and he's not. They're not translating to wins, which is a bit unfortunate because I don't think it's his fault. It's just the coaching and the team around him.
Yeah.
Doesn't suit him. So my pick, and this is a bit controversial because you just don't know what position he plays. My
Ben
boy
Simmons.
from the man down under, Ben Simmons.
Mate.
Yeah, mate. My boy, number 25, Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
And also, if there's ever a chance Ben Simmons listens to this, break up with Kendall Jenner. Like, they're curses, okay?
Yeah, no.
They're a huge curse.
Man, he's okay. This is my one conspiracy theory, man. Like, the Kardashians are actually the best scouts in the world, man. Because they're always going for motherfuckers who just blow up, right? Like, Kim got Ye and Travis Scott got put into it, and that guy just blew up hard. And then now Ben Simmons, it's like they got the best scouts, man. That's the other thing.
But they also ruined
you just gotta get your scouting up, man.
Look at look at Double T. Look at Lamar Odom.
Man,
Chris
rest in
Humphries.
peace,
He was
my
a
man.
double
Chris
machine. What
Humphries.
happened to this man? You speak as if he's dead. R.I.P. to my boy. But yeah, the two guards, Kyrie and Ben Simmons, my pick.
Yeah.
And like Ben Simmons is just fun to watch.
Yeah.
He, a 7 foot.
Yeah, Ben.
Point
I
guard.
like Ben, but I just don't know if I would have put him on my All-Star. I don't know. But yeah, I can deal with that. Hold up, can we pause here, Jay? Because my roommate just came back. All right, so my picks for
What are your
forwards,
picks?
I have obviously Giannis, obviously Embiid, and my third pick.
Giannis.
I couldn't really think of anyone that I was that strongly opinionated about. So I just put Blake in there because, man, I'm so happy Blake's playing good. I hate that he's like Detroit's comeback season, boy.
Comeback season.
Yeah.
Comeback season.
Yeah, I like Blake, and I'm just happy he's playing good. It kind of sucks that Detroit isn't in the playoff picture yet. I'm hoping they might make it, but my heart tells me they can. My brain tells me nah. But
Yeah.
I'd like to see Blake in an All-Star game again.
Well, I'm glad you said Embiid actually, because I actually completely
Nah,
forgot
come on, man.
about Embiid. I can't believe it. Oh, he's one of my favorite players as well. I have an Embiid shirt and everything. How could I forget?
Yeah.
But yeah, so Embiid, Giannis, third player. Okay, I'll tell you who I had before I realized Embiid was in the East.
Guy.
I had Pascal Siakam. That's how much I love him.
Yeah. So then, who are you gonna put next to Giannis and Embiid then?
Well, Kawhi Leonard.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I feel like he's just missed a little bit too many games, and like he's just not that exciting of a player for All-Star.
Yeah.
Yeah. If this was all NBA, I would
no. He is gonna be the meme. of All-Star break. Everyone's gonna interview him. He's gonna rock up with his like New Balance shoes. I'm calling it right now. His first signature
Man.
shoe. He's gonna debut at All-Star game. It could be some whack
Yeah,
ass
some
New Balance,
big-ass
Big N, or the NB, or whatever they put on. Yeah, and it's gonna be some like whack colorway, and then when he comes out, they're gonna play his laugh. And then when they interview him, he's gonna be like the most awkward
Did
person.
you see that video of him and Kyle Lowry was roasting him about what he was wearing? Oh man, you're gonna have to look it up. I can't even do it justice, but it's funny.
I will look it up.
Yeah, nah, I'll link it to you. After this.
Anything
It was so
Kawhi
good.
is funny. This guy. I wonder if like anyone hangs out, like anyone from the Raptors hang out with him,
Yeah, I don't know.
other than playing basketball.
And I think Kawhi's a little bit awkward, but I feel like he's just a bit misunderstood. That's the feeling I get from him. He's just misunderstood, bro.
Misunderstood.
Yeah, no, it feels like I
don't know why, but that just sounds so bad.
But I'm like, obviously the guy's making millions, but that's how I feel when I see him. Anyway, let's go to West. Who have you got for your West starters, bro?
I think it's pretty obvious.
That's it.
Stephen Curry, James Harden.
No,
you can't beat those
starters. Like if you have anyone else for starters for guard, I think you're stretching it a little bit.
Yeah, I wish they changed the format though. I wish it was the best 5 players on a starting team, because today's NBA is very like positionless. It's transitioning. Like you can be 7 foot and play point guard, or you can be like Draymond Green, who's like 6'8", playing center. Like, it's changing so much. So I feel like they should change it to the top 5 best.
They will slowly,
not just by position. Because I'm only saying because I feel like Westbrook is kind of deserving. Of the starting role as well. Like this man is still averaging triple doubles.
I've got opinions. We can talk about that in another podcast. I don't want to get into that now.
Yeah. Well, I really like. I'm not a Westbrook lover, nor am I a hater. But the way he's playing and the way he kind of accepted his role as I don't need to do everything now.
Yeah,
I got teammates to help me. It's such a
a
revelation. I did not expect
take a little less shots, especially now that he's realizing like his shot is off for whatever reason, like whether it's new kids or whatever, like whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But like he just doesn't have to take as many shots. But hopefully he'll like as they continue on into the playoffs, he'll figure that out. Yeah. Okay. Who have you got for forwards? There?
Yeah. Well,
because this was hard for me, man. This was difficult.
This was hard because it's. All right, my forwards. LeBron and Kevin Durant.
All right,
no doubt.
We can discuss this once you tell me your third guy.
I
hope it's who I think it is.
I want to give to. I want to give to Nikola Jokic. I really, really do. I have a huge love for Nikola Jokic, but I think we Paul George.
Well, okay,
just because
it will be,
I would put Nikola Jokic, but I feel like the NBA will give it to
that's
Paul George.
Fair. But who would you want? Because I'm not even doing this as a this is half prediction, but more it's actually more like who I want in the All-Star, to be honest. Because obviously if it's
people will because like people will give it to what's his name, Luka.
Nah,
but
I
can't give it to him because
he's a rookie.
He's a rookie, and like yes, he's doing great things.
James Harden, or
but
Steph
you can't
Curry.
put him above
Russell Westbrook.
James Harden, Steph Curry. But I think he's in the forwards one as well.
Nah,
so you can't. Right now he has
the
more
forwards
votes.
Is just
he's second
act,
in
man.
forwards.
I don't think you give it to him.
Yeah. You can't put him over KD. You can't put him over
the
Paul
West
George.
You
can't put him over Jokic. And that's the thing. All-Star is just a popularity
half the votes will be the votes from like the public, and then the other half is all the reporters.
Yeah, and then media and NBA. Yeah. Well, if I was to if it's basing on the best players right now, last place would be Nikola Jokic.
Nice. Yeah,
I'm saying it, Nikola Jokic. I don't care what everyone says. I don't care if you call me gay for Jokic. That's how much I love him. He is the man, right? Jokic is the man.
I got Nikola Jokic. I think
thank you.
He definitely deserves an All-Star spot because he's just carrying that team. Like he's pretty much their offense, like you said. Even though that might them in the playoffs. But like the fact that
Yeah.
number 2 in the West with literally Nikola Jokic and no one else knows anyone on the team for the most part. Then I have Paul George. I think he really deserves a spot. And and then I just got LeBron because it just feels weird to have LeBron coming off the bench in an All-Star game. Like, that's just silly.
Yeah,
It's
the
just
best
silly,
player in NBA. You can't.
Yeah.
But say LeBron is injured, coming to All Star, like his groin does not heal, because groin injuries
They can,
they take a long time to heal, and they really, once you injure your groin,
For sure.
you're more prone to re-injure it again. That's why they're very cautious of it. So say LeBron, they're like, oh, maybe LeBron should just stay out. Who would you get to replace him?
Kevin Durant is the right choice, but I don't want to say it, mate.
I know you hate it.
Give it a boogie.
Give it the Boogie. It's so funny. Like Boogie, didn't he played 2 games. He was
man,
still got a bunch of votes.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Kevin Durant, but give it a boogie.
Kevin Durant, give it the Boogie. But okay, would you give it to Anthony Davis or even Luka Doncic? Like, would you ever over Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant's numbers are really good.
I could see that happening.
Anthony Davis's numbers obviously are. I think no one's ever done his stat line ever. Like what he's averaging now in everything. I don't think anything comes close in the history of the league. But his team also is doing crappy, and it's not like he's got a horrible team. But you could get into a long conversation about that.
Well, to be fair, his team was injured.
But Kevin Durant is just playing really good, so I guess he should give it to him. But I'd probably go AD.
Okay, I'm not sure if you've seen the votings, but Steven Adams. Okay, Steven Adams, my boy, Steven Adams. Big Kiwi Steven Adams is actually 6th right now. Do you think the way he's playing right now, he deserves an All-Star place?
In the starters.
A place in All-Star games, sorry. Not the starter, but
like
just in the All-Star game.
Who else is available.
Okay, I'll give you the top 10 list. So LeBron, Luka, Paul George, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, then Steven Adams, Jokic, Kuzma, Draymond Green, then DMC.
I don't know.
I'm glad my boy Kuzma made it. Kuzmania.
I don't know if he really deserves an All-Star spot. I love a bit of Steven Adams, strongest guy in the league, but I don't know if he deserves an All-Star spot. Like, what's he gonna do? Just knock cunts over? Like, oh, I just dropped a C-bomb.
Yeah. Oh,
I am Bill Burr.
It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good. Honestly, can you just drop people? Show the world the haka, and he can just show just show the world who he is. He is the one that outside Kawhi. Yeah. Kawhi is a funny personality.
Yeah. I like.
Steve Adams is a cool personality in the NBA. Like you just love it. Sure. You can't hate the man.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not too fond of him in the All-Star game, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, I can't remember if trades happened before or after All-Star now.
Shit.
Is it before?
No, it's before. It's before, yeah. It's before.
Because they changed it. I remember that. Yeah. Well, let me look it up. I think the trade deadline is actually in about 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think.
3rd Feb?
7th Feb. Yeah.
7th of Feb. So 2 weeks. Exactly 2 weeks.
The All-Star.
From now on. So who do you think is so who are some of the players you would like to get? Would you like to see get traded?
I think Vucevic is going to get traded. I'm not too worried either way. I think he probably will. I think he should be traded. That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, expiring contract.
I think that's a good move by Magic if they're really looking for the future.
Yeah. Especially if they want to play Mo Bamba.
Yeah, and Jonathan Isaac even.
My boy Mo Bamba. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a lot of players in the Magic. There's 2. If you were to move Vucevic to a team, for a trade, where would you trade him? Because right now he's averaging amazing numbers. His defense is all right. He can shoot threes. Like he is he's a solid center you want. Probably not one you want to build around,
team.
But definitely you want on your team.
Have said the Celtics and stuff. I don't know if that worked. Yeah,
I've
been listening.
I never thought about that actually.
Podcasts. I think Zach Lowe may have talked about it with Bill Simmons and stuff. But
yeah, that that would be an under the radar move that will make Boston a really good team to watch. Because he can also Vucevic's a really good passer as well.
I
He's
just don't
pretty
think
underrated
they'll
in his
actually do
passing.
it because they're already having so many chemistry issues already. It's like, why put another thing on top for Brad Stevens?
Yeah, that's true. And like you can't play Vucevic unless they trade Horford.
Yeah,
because he's also expiring contract. And you have like those two, and you can't play Aaron Baines.
true.
Like you can't give them all 3 minutes.
I mean, Horford can play a bit of power forward, but I don't know if that would be the right way to go.
Yeah, but then like that, but then that means you have to move like one of the other players, like Morris and Tatum and all that. But who else do you have?
Here's
who
my
else
big
would you like to see get
other
traded?
than the one that I think we'll talk about? Because I think John Wall should get traded. I think there's a couple players that should get traded, but I'm not that interested in it. But what I'm really interested in, for me personally, I think Nuggets should trade Isaiah Thomas. Man,
Ooh.
I think Nuggets
You think so?
have their backcourt players for the future. I think Isaiah Thomas doesn't even need to be there.
IT's only there for 1 year.
Oh, so is he just in there for a year? Does his contract expire?
Yeah. He's on a vet contract, and like that's why I wouldn't trade him because they could use him in the playoffs to gain playoff experience
I
and depth on the
him,
bench. But I do agree with the whole Denver has that whole backcourt set for the future. I'm not sure if you know him. You know Monte Morris. Monte Morris. He can. He's like Terry Rozier. He can play starter.
I think
in any other team.
In college, his turnover to assist ratio was like, I think he's got the record now. It's just, I'm almost certain of it. Yeah,
really?
It's like
in college. Well, even right now, his turnover assist ratio is like insanely good.
His turnover assist ratio was like 8 assists to a turnover or something ridiculous. Yeah,
Oof.
I'll have to fact check it. I'm just spitting out hot takes.
I remember there was a period of time. I think Jamal. Yeah, I remember there was a period of time. I think it was Jamal was out or something, or either Jamal was playing and Monte was playing along him, but he was averaging like 15 points and like 6 assists.
Yeah,
for like 3 or 4 games.
He's gonna be good.
Because I was watching him for my fantasy.
I was doing the same
thing. Damn, this guy's really good.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, but I just couldn't pick him up.
Exactly, it's hard, but I think he's really good for the future. I think he's a smart player. I think he's a good player to have around someone like Nikola Jokic. Is there someone else that you'd like to see get traded, Jay?
I've got
there's
quite
one I want to get into with you about, but we can.
This is a real heat debate. We will save to the end. I know what it's gonna be. Right now, on top of my list is Andrew Wiggins. I feel like after the whole JV thing, and like now everyone realizing, this guy could be bust. Although he has a really expensive contract,
I think so.
He needs a new start. Like Minnesota is such a trash organization. Let's be real. That's so bad. You know, you think the things are going up, and I don't understand how they fucked it up. Like I just don't understand it. And now Wiggins and JB single-handedly scarred Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins went from being the next Kobe Bryant to like.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
How does that happen?
I don't think that Andrew Wiggins' phase is going to last anyway. That's how I feel. I feel like Andrew Wiggins is one of those guys that just, I don't know, he just doesn't look like he has the passion for the game. But I don't know.
He just got paid and suddenly he's like,
life. Like,
I got paid now. I don't want to play anymore.
Can't blame them, but
But I still do think he has potential, and if they could do it, Minnesota makes a trade for Andrew Wiggins, like give him away.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing him on the Kings. Because I think the Kings don't have a young up and coming small forward outside
Bogdanovich. Yeah,
what's that?
Who's
Bojan
really
Bogdanovich. Yeah, I keep mixing up him and the Pacers one.
Bogdanovich. I think that's so crazy. Bojan and Bogdan, and then you have Bojan Bogdanovic.
I keep mixing them up, but like I feel like he is more of a shooting guard or like a combo guard. Like should come off the bench. Bojan's role is best off the bench, and if they have someone like Wiggins, I wouldn't say it's a contending, a championship contending team. But in the future, it might be if Wiggins pans out the way they want him to be.
That's the issue. Just with that big ass contract,
Yeah,
and he hasn't shown.
yeah, big ass contract. Yeah, and because King can do so
I
much
think
better
that
than
you
Wiggins.
just, if you're Minnesota, you need to just bring in someone who's going to be able to communicate with Wiggins and get the best out of him, because like you're pretty much stuck with him. And he has potential, like you said, he has so much potential.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, you know what Wiggins is missing?
That's it.
The Mamba mentality. Oh, I hate that. Absolutely hate it. Oh, this guy shot a game winner. Mamba mentality. Oh,
That's it.
I remember that there's a meme. Like, something about like Kobe like did a turnover with his left hand while dribbling his left hand, so he started eating with his left hand. Hashtag Mamba mentality. I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've read. I'm so done. I hate this. But anyway, I'm moving on. My next player who should get traded is Kemba Walker.
Yeah.
You know how much I love Kemba Walker. Oh, he needs to.
Yeah,
he needs to leave. Like, but whether it's free agency or trade, he needs to go. His talents are being wasted.
MJ doesn't know what he's doing, man.
He is so fun to watch. Yeah, his handles are crazy. Yeah. He's so fun to watch. And then his MJ giving contracts to like Marvin Williams.
Yes.
And like
Big Mom.
I don't get it. Like, it's a small market team, but you sign people like Marvin Williams, and oh my god, like he's a good power forward.
Yeah.
But he's not worth the money. I think he gave like 15, 16 million. Like, that's ridiculous. And like you gave I think even at the time it was a bit like really like Nick Batum.
Yeah,
I think it was like 25
caught up in that. I'm like, what? Really? Hype when he got that 5x5 a couple years back, and he was like, oh, he'll be the next two-way player of the whole like league, and it just happened. Yeah, I think guys
he just
get
did
paid.
Not pan out well.
You just become like it's just like, what am I playing for now? Like that.
Yeah. Kemba needs to be in an all-star team. I'm not all-star, in a contending team, a playoff team, or like go to a team that he can, or go to a team with talent that can help him push for a playoff team. So like, if Kemba went to the Magic, I feel like there'll be a playoff team instantly. I love DJ Augustin is a good point guard, but he's not a starting point guard. So a team like if Magic trade away maybe Evan Fournier, Jonathan Isaac, and I don't know, someone else, and they get Kemba Walker. To get Kemba, shooting guard, I'm not sure. I forgot who's on the Magic right now. Small forward, Jonathan Simmons. He's having an underrated season. And then you have Aaron Gordon and either Vucevic or Bob. I think that's a good team.
But I don't think. Yeah,
it's a solid team. It's not a contending team.
But if Kemba doesn't
team and you have foundation,
like there's no way he'll get traded. Like, no way that they're gonna let him go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but like Magic is not my first preference. If they was to move, my first preferences are actually probably in order: Philly, then Phoenix, and Pelicans. Phoenix, I'm very iffy, but I do think Kemba and Devin Booker would be a really good combo. And with the whole Philly thing, they just need a scoring guard. I think that's the missing piece. A scoring guard that can shoot.
He definitely does.
And Kemba fits the mold. And Pelicans, same thing with the Devin Booker and Kemba. I'm not sure if Jrue Holiday and Kemba could work, but if it does, those two plus
when you
80.
Those teams, when you told me those teams, I don't know how I felt, but then I sort of thought about like Kemba seems like a really likable, down to earth kind of guy. He seems like he's like someone who would be not happy to take a back seat, but he'd be happy to play a bit more of a role. I think he's seen how far he can go when it's just him. Yeah. So I could see him. I mean, if he did end up going to Philly, I think that is awesome. But I don't know. I don't think Philly has a cap space after Ben Simmons' rookie deal. Yeah. No, they do. They. Oh, well, Ben rookie deal still got another 2 more years, so they can just
give 2 year, they give a 2 year contract, and then like maybe
I
like a
guess
team
it
option or
depends whether
something.
they decide they're gonna extend
Which is like nothing
Butler
wrong with that.
or I mean, whether they're gonna sign Butler to a max or not.
Yeah. This is like a maybe list, but the Nuggets, because I really do like Gary Harris and Jamal Murray. But if Nuggets are in win now mode,
Kemba, yeah,
I
I like
would
that.
double down on Kemba right now. But if they're not in win now mode, don't do it. Because right now Jamal's
He's
showing
so
flashes of
inconsistent
what
though.
he can
Like
do.
it's so frustrating sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's still young. You know. And if history repeats itself, he's from Kentucky, and Kentucky players always turn out good.
But let's get to the meat of the podcast, because this is what I've been waiting for.
No.
Like
I feel more to talk about, but
4 weeks ago,
I'm ready to. I'm ready. Let's go.
When trade rumors for AD were coming about, and everyone's talking about the Lakers, and I put, we can scroll back on the group chat. I suggested AD for Ben Simmons, and literally 4 days later, it's like on every news outlet, every podcast, people are talking about this idea. And I was happy because I'm thinking this might work for both teams, man. Imagine an AD and a Ben Simmons trade. It's almost like the trade that they did for Paul George and Victor Oladipo. Like that's one of the only trades in the past, like, I don't know, 10 years where like both teams actually won. And I just think this one is like, it could be exactly like that. And I don't know how you don't see it.
Yeah. I don't see it. The problem is, AD is a talent, but AD and Embiid, defensively that'd be good, but offensively they're a clog jam. I get the idea that Ben Simmons can't shoot, so like why would you do that trade? It's the idea is they're both the same thing. I actually read somewhere and even was read of what I can't remember, but the argument it's this is what I believe. This is my argument. Why would you trade, someone who can be there long term, because he's still a rookie, for someone like AD who could be a rental and might not work out, and like Ben Simmons can still learn how to shoot. People forget this is his second year, and like just a year ago, people were frothing over how great Ben Simmons was. He was like when Embiid went out, he was just triple double machine. The Philly went on like 15-game win streak. Like people just forget how good Ben Simmons is, and I don't think they are the problem. I think it's the team they built around is the problem. Because last year they had great shooters, but they just let them walk. So this offseason, I think I said in the group chat, and like I even mentioned before with Kemba, that if they can keep JB, but also bring in a scoring guard that's more 3-point oriented, that's not JJ Redick, they'll be a great team. So either Kemba, or my pick, Klay Thompson. If Klay Thompson was to go to Philly with JB, Simmons, and
Klay
Embiid,
Thompson
that's
to
a
any half
team.
contender becomes a full contender. But
because this is my argument with the whole thing. AD is not a good 3-point shooter, but the same with Simmons. What's the point? Like it's going to be a clog jam. But Simmons can play point guard. Simmons, look how I'm gonna compare the Philly to Bucks. Ben Simmons and Giannis. If you think about theoretically, they're basically the same. They're tall players, really lanky tall players that can play guard. You know what I mean? Like have guard skills. It's just one just a dunking machine and one's a passing machine. If you can build that team full of shooters, just like how the Bucks did, you can't go wrong with that team. That's why, like, I feel like that's why last year they were so good. They filled the team with JJ Redick, Marco Bellinelli, Ersan Ilyasova, and then like except for JJ, the other two just left, and then they got what? Wilson Chandler, and like they don't even have a backup center right now. Like Amir Johnson's freaking boo boo. I can't believe
in the league.
how's that guy in the league, man? So and what's his name? If Markel Fultz pans out
trade
to
him.
what that he should become, Fultz needs to get traded. He needs a new start. But if he does become what they want, you can't.
Here's my two counterpoints.
I would not give up.
My only two counterpoints is the first one is the chemistry. The reason I think you need to trade Ben Simmons isn't necessarily that I don't think they can't work it out, because in the sense that you can't develop Ben Simmons, because if you look at Giannis even a couple of years ago, he wasn't shooting the three, and now Bud's here and he's shooting three. He's not making them, but pardon me, he's creating the space for himself by even just attempting to jack them up. And obviously Ben's only in his second year, so I don't think it's necessary that Ben can't do it, as much as I'll still talk shit about it. But it's more just the chemistry. Like when I watch them play and when I see them on Twitter, and like it seems weird to say see them on Twitter, but like when you just see them even just chatting in the locker rooms or when they talk about each other, there isn't a chemistry. Like Ben seems a little bit more to himself kind of guy, and Embiid's all out and about like doing weird shit. And you've already seen Anthony Davis with a guy like Embiid, Boogie. Like you've seen Boogie and Embiid slap each other's ass up the court last. Like that was incredible.
Yeah,
that's iconic. That's iconic. But
my two boys.
You've already seen Anthony Davis, chemistry wise, would fit perfectly, I think. And then you don't have to worry about Jimmy Butler. Like if Jimmy Butler's going to still be crap, if he's still going to be toxic to the relationship, you can get rid of him, because now you've got a twin towers like Boogie and AD, and it's just the chemistry.
Well, I do agree with that, the whole twin tower thing, because chemistry. I do agree, but this Philly team is still up and rising.
I don't
give
know.
Give it time. I trust more in Ben Simmons than AD. If you want to build that team with Philly,
bias, man.
Because it's not even that. It's just I don't see Embiid and I love Embiid.
Yeah.
AD, I'm not a fan of AD. I do like him. I'm not a fan of him, but I don't see that working, because the reason is they both aren't good passers. The reason it works with Pelican, D-Mark is a great passer. Yeah. And he has good handles, and he can shoot threes. Those who can't shoot threes, because what Pelicans did was they took turns. They took turns playing in and out with the big man. Embiid right now, he can't do that. And Embiid even said, "He's like, I'm shooting so much threes down." What?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do that. It's not his game.
But see, like, does he not want to shoot threes?
If you bring in
him,
AD. I don't think. Yeah, like if it's open, he'll do it, but like he doesn't want to do it regularly. If you bring in AD and Embiid, actually, like it does not fix the problem.
I think the
it does not fix the problem.
Was actually throwing shade at Ben Simmons. That's really what I think it was. I don't think he gives a crap about the threes, because I've seen him in games where he starts knocking, like he knocks down the three in the beginning of the game, and now he'll just jack it up for the rest of the game. Like he's lost games because he just wanted to keep jacking it up. Yeah. I think he was actually taking shots at Ben.
Yeah,
and that's why I reckon they need to trade him, because if I had to choose between, and you tell me your answer to this, if I had to choose between Embiid and Ben, I'm choosing Embiid. Then I reckon you should trade Ben, grab Anthony Davis. I think Ben would be perfect.
But I don't think that's the right question. I think the question is, would you rather Embiid and AD or Embiid and Ben Simmons?
In a vacuum.
And I'm going with Embiid and Simmons.
I agree. But chemistry, and you see it, chemistry is bigger than, like, there was a time where people didn't give a crap about chemistry. People thought it was bullshit. And it was like around the Kobe and Shaq days, because obviously they didn't like each other, and they still won championships, right? But then it got to the point where then probably people didn't care too much about chemistry. And I think now we need to like come back and realize chemistry plays a big part in winning basketball games. And I think Ben and Embiid, I think it's only going to get worse.
That is true.
It is an assumption, yes, but
I feel like
so
that's an
an
assumption.
assumption-
I feel like that's an assumption that's gonna
Yeah.
get worse. I don't think they'll get worse. Well, we just have to wait this.
yeah, I don't think I'll change
I feel
my
like
mind,
wait
but my mind is
till
set as
next
well.
year, this time next year, see what happens. But by then, AD might be gone. Because my prediction is AD won't get traded this season, but he'll get traded this off season. And yes, Philly has the Ben
I
Simmons
think
package,
if Philly offers it,
but I don't think they should
New
do it.
Orleans takes it
That's just my 2 cents. Like
because it works for New Orleans. Like, forget about Philly for a second. If you're New Orleans,
Yeah.
like if you're getting draft picks back, like those are unknown value as much as they're going to be high. Like, how many teams have we seen just fuck up high draft picks? Like, it's hard.
Yeah.
But you get Ben Simmons back, a guy that everyone knows is transcendent, and he's a guy that's a
Yeah.
passer. Something like you said, Anthony Davis isn't necessarily a passer. He's a great player, but he's not a guy who can set people up. Whereas now he's setting in a new team, they can actually build around him, because that's something Philly couldn't do. They can't build around him.
Well,
Embiid was there.
Well, tell me this: if AD was to develop a 3-point shot, and same with Ben Simmons, 3-point shot, jump shot, all that, who would you have then?
I don't know. I think AD being there gives him better defense, but if you have Ben Simmons there, you have a better offense.
I think offense and defense. I feel like you have a more stable control with Simmons. Like Simmons is LeBron and Magic.
Good. It's hard for me to even
LeBron
think
and
about
Magic
Simmons having a consistent 3, because I don't know. 2.
Yeah. He's only 22.
Exactly.
It's that SpongeBob yelling me. That's the thing. If say AD becomes like a really good 3-point shooter, same with Simmons, I will take Simmons with Embiid in that scenario. If it was to build a team around just those two separately, I'll pick AD in that sense. But for this Philly team, I'll pick Ben Simmons, because I don't think the problem is between those two. I think the problems are they don't have enough scoring guards around them who give them like quick points, and they don't have what's his name, Brett Brown. I don't think he is a coach that is suited for Philly. Like he developed them well, but I think Philly should move on from him and find a new coach that can push them to the next level. If that makes sense, because
All right, we had one topic left, or do you want to save that for another point?
Anyway, I'll just finish off with one real quick thing.
No, yeah, dude, I actually need to sleep. I got work. Gee.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
Sorry. So to start off, the next podcast, I'll start with underrated players this season. This is who I think is not the most underrated, but one of the underrated players. I want to see if you know who he is. He's averaging 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists, and he's averaging in the 180 club, so 50, 40, 90. Do you know who it is?
Oh, let me have a quick thing. Can you give me a clue? Is it East or West?
Nah, that's too easy.
Nah, come on. 15, 4, and 3 in the 180 club.
He was once talked a bit, but then he just died out, and it's probably due to one big star on his team.
No, it's not. I can't get it.
It's right. I'll let you think about it, and I'll save it for next time we do it.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Anyway, thanks for being part of this. Next time we should have probably a couple more guests.
Yeah.
And probably have more heated topics and like the Ben Simmons and AD, which in my opinion shouldn't even be a topic.
Yeah, whatever. Nah, shot for this, man.
But anyway, for those who made it this far, sorry for the long podcast. This is my first time doing something like this, so feedbacks are appreciated.
Absolutely.
And thanks for listening.
All right. Love you, Jake.
Love you too.
Hear sicko mode or Mo Bamba.
¿Por qué no las dos?
Hey, she's in love with who I am. Back in high school, I used to bust it to the dance. Now I hit the FBO with duffels in my hands. I did half a Zan, 13 hours till I land. Had me out.